There's a profound truth whispering in the quiet moments of our lives, often drowned out by the noise of expectation and the clamor for connection. It's a truth that can feel uncomfortable, even jarring, but its acceptance holds the key to genuine liberation. This truth is simply this: your ultimate journey is yours alone, and the expectation of universal friendship is a dangerous illusion. Now, before you recoil from what might sound like a cynical declaration, understand this: this isn't about fostering bitterness. It's an urgent call to clarity, a powerful reorientation towards self-trust and authentic living. This insight isn't meant to isolate you, but to fortify your spirit against the inevitable disappointments that arise from misplaced expectations. Life often teaches us its hardest lessons through experience. One fundamental lesson is that many connections, even those we cherish, operate on a transactional level. People aren't always drawn to you for your inherent being. They're often drawn to what you represent or provide for them. It might be your infectious energy, your invaluable time, your accessible resources, the opportunities you present, or simply the convenience you offer. But strip away those benefits, and the landscape of your relationships can change dramatically, sometimes overnight. You want undeniable proof? Pause and reflect. Recall the seasons of your triumph, when success was abundant, when your influence was undeniable, when your laughter filled the room. Who was around then? The crowd was likely vast, their applause deafening, their smiles seemingly genuine. But then, recall the deep valleys of your life, when you faced profound loss, when resources dwindled, when despair was your constant companion, when tears flowed silently at 3 a.m. Where was that cheering crowd then? Often, conspicuously absent. People will readily celebrate your victories, but a quiet undercurrent of resentment can often accompany that applause. They'll stand by you when it's effortless, but vanish the moment their involvement requires genuine sacrifice or inconvenience. The very individuals you label as best friends might, beneath the surface, harbor silent competition, a hidden jealousy, or even a quiet hope for your stumble. This isn't a judgment. It's an observation of human nature. This isn't about hatred. It's about facing reality head-on. So today, I urge you, stop living for the fickle applause of others. Cease the relentless pursuit of external validation. Stop postponing your dreams until friends give their stamp of approval. The profound reality is, you entered this world alone, and when your time comes, you will depart it alone. Internalize this truth: no one inherently owes you support, no one owes you unwavering loyalty, no one owes you unconditional love. Your peace, your growth, your ultimate destiny, these are responsibilities that rest squarely on your shoulders. The inherent danger in misunderstanding this truth is the immense amount of precious time and finite energy we squander. We spend years desperately trying to impress people who wouldn't even show up for our most significant life events. We exhaust ourselves sending messages to those who rarely reply, pouring loyalty into individuals who gossip behind our backs, and extending unconditional love to those who only ever take. We cling to the label of friend for people simply because of shared history, believing that duration equates to devotion. But time doesn't forge loyalty. Character does. So from this moment forward, embark on a fearless audit of your inner circle. Test the true hearts around you. Don't be afraid to distance yourself from those who act like leeches, draining your spirit without reciprocation. Instead, intentionally gravitate towards the rare few who don't just cheer your triumphs, but genuinely grieve your losses, who offer loving correction in private, yet fiercely defend you in public, and who demonstrate love without condition or agenda. Until you find such rare gems, know that walking alone, in peace and self-integrity, is infinitely preferable to enduring the drama and hollowness of fake camaraderie. Sometimes, solitude is not a punishment. It is divine protection. Let's be ruthlessly honest for a moment. People are rarely drawn to the unseen battles you fight, your late nights, your early mornings, your silent sacrifices. They don't witness the moments you've cried yourself to sleep, only to wake up and present a composed smile for their benefit. They don't perceive the monumental inner struggles you conquer, just to show up with energy and strength for others. What they do see are the tangible results of your efforts, the direct benefits you provide, the seamless convenience you bring into their lives, and the opportunities you inadvertently create for them. Look closely at the patterns in your life. People gravitate towards you when you're giving, when you're serving, when you're offering solutions to their problems. When your financial standing is strong, everyone wants to call you. When you wield influence, everyone seeks association. When you're consistently winning, they'll post about you, tag you, invite you everywhere. But incrementally strip all of that away, let the money diminish, let the opportunities dry up, let your smile fade for just one difficult season, and watch, with sobering clarity, how swiftly the crowd disperses. You might have believed they loved you, but the harsh truth is, they loved your energy, your car for free rides, your home for a place to crash, your phone for venting sessions, or your mind for free advice. The moment you dare to set a boundary, the instant you utter that pivotal no, the moment you cease to be perpetually available on demand, suddenly you're perceived as the villain. You've changed, you're acting funny. They conveniently forget the 99 times you picked up every call, answered every text, or even gave them your last dollar when you yourself were broke. They don't recall you skipping meals to lend them money or staying up late to help with their problems while ignoring your own. How many times have you canceled your own crucial plans just to be there for people who wouldn't cross the street for you? How many times have you motivated someone out of profound depression while silently drowning in your own? How many times have you pretended to be okay just to spare their discomfort? This isn't meant to breed bitterness, it's meant to shatter illusions and open your eyes. The uncomfortable truth is that the majority of people in your life operate on a transactional basis. They appreciate your gifts, value your advice, and consume your time, but they don't necessarily love you for your inherent being. Have you ever noticed how the phone stops ringing when you're no longer useful? How your inbox remains empty unless there's a favor to ask? This is because you've become a convenience, not a priority. When you stop pouring, they stop showing. You could offer someone 99 favors, but that single no will often obliterate every one of those 99 yeses from their memory. People will applaud what you give, but rarely who you are. They will celebrate your resources, but neglect your humanity. And here's the most insidious part. The more you give, the more they expect, and consequently, the less they appreciate you. Through your constant accommodation, inadvertently train people how to treat you. When you're always available, you become invisible. When you never set boundaries, you become everyone's emotional receptacle. When you always say yes, your perceived worth diminishes in their eyes. So here's what life, in its stark honesty, teaches us: stop giving from an empty cup. Stop sacrificing your profound inner peace for people who wouldn't lose a minute of sleep over your distress. Stop being the perpetually available hero in everyone else's story while neglecting your own. You are deserving of connections with people who cherish you for your heart, not just for what your hands can provide. People who genuinely care for your soul, not merely for your services. People who check on your well-being, not just check out from your generosity. And if cultivating such authentic connections means having fewer people in your immediate circle, then so be it. Because quality, every single time, far surpasses quantity. Loyalty is not proven during celebrations. It is rigorously tested in crisis. Most people tragically will fail that test without a flicker of hesitation. It's effortless for individuals to stand beside you when the sun shines brightly, when the table overflows with bounty, when laughter echoes loudly and drinks flow freely. Everyone relishes being around you when life feels like an endless celebration. Everyone claps when you secure a victory. They enthusiastically post your successes, tag you in triumphant pictures, and eagerly claim they knew you before you made it. But the truly defining question is, who remains steadfast when the lights unexpectedly go out? Who holds your trembling hand when you're emotionally drowning? Who genuinely checks on you when you've gone silent for days? Not because you're simply busy, but because you're profoundly broken. Reflect on your own life's tapestry. Ponder the moments when you hit rock bottom, when the job evaporated, when the money ceased, when the doctor delivered devastating news, when depression coiled around your neck like a suffocating chain? Who genuinely stayed? Who initiated that crucial call? Who knocked on your door, unprompted, simply to ask, "I don't need anything from you. I just need to know if you're okay"? Who showed up, consistently and without expectation of return? People, regrettably, tend to love the version of you that is useful, the version that is entertaining. But the very moment you become inconvenient, observe with chilling clarity how rapidly their proclaimed loyalty dissolves. You'll witness individuals you once called family disappear like strangers. Friends who vowed eternal presence will suddenly be too busy. Those who leaned on you for everything will suddenly develop selective amnesia when it's your turn to lean on them. It's in the crucible of crisis, when the roof caves in, when the bank account is empty, when your health falters, when rumors spread like wildfire, when your name is dragged through the mud, that's when the masks inevitably fall. That's when you will discern who was clapping because they genuinely loved you, and who was merely applauding because they loved the fleeting spotlight you provided. Loyalty is not proven when you are ascending. It is unequivocally proven when you are descending. It is not measured by the frequency of shared parties, but by the quiet constancy of private prayers offered on your behalf. It isn't about who captures the perfect selfie with you at your peak, but who sits with you in comforting silence at your absolute lowest. People will readily declare, "I'm here for you," but keenly observe the myriad excuses they will construct when you genuinely need them. Notice how their tone shifts when you are no longer in a position to benefit them. Crisis exposes true character. It strips away the veneer of fake affection. It mercilessly removes titles and years of superficial friendship, peeling them off like cheap, decaying paint. Real loyalty requires no audience. It doesn't loudly announce its presence. It doesn't demand recognition. It is silent, steadfast, and profoundly selfless. It is the friend who crosses the city at midnight simply to sit with you when your heart is shattering. It is the family member who fiercely defends your name in rooms you're not even present in. It is the person who quietly arrives with groceries when they sense your fridge is empty, even when you never voiced a need. Think about the times you were physically sick, and your phone remained silent. Think about the days you felt profoundly lost, and no one seemed to notice your silent plea. Think about the moments you dropped subtle hints, desperately hoping someone would check on your well-being, only for those hints to be completely missed or ignored. It cuts deep because you genuinely believe those people were loyal, that they were real. But crisis possesses an uncanny ability to shatter illusions. It forces you to see people for who they truly are, not for who you desperately wish them to be. So here's another uncomfortable truth. Not everyone who sits at your table genuinely deserves a permanent seat. Some individuals only stayed because the metaphorical food was abundant. Some remained only because they perceive something tangible to gain. But the moment the plates are empty, the instant there's nothing left for them to consume, they will vanish. So when life inevitably shakes you to your core, don't harbor anger when people depart. Instead, silently thank life for revealing the unvarnished truth. Because loyalty that only exists during good times was never, authentically, loyalty to begin with. Stop begging for external validation. The truth is, most people don't even possess clarity on what they want for themselves, let alone what's truly best for you. You sit there, paralyzed, waiting for people to approve your innovative ideas, waiting for their applause for your growth, waiting for their endorsement of your dreams. All the while, your life is paused, your progress is stagnating, and your profound purpose is being suffocated by opinions that hold no genuine weight in the grand scheme of your existence. Consider the numerous times you've delayed starting something significant, solely out of fear that someone might not like it. How often have you meticulously rewritten a message, meticulously rethought an outfit, or endlessly reworked a brilliant dream just because you feared another's potential perception or judgment? How many nights have you lost precious sleep, not because you truly failed, but because someone failed to applaud your effort? It's akin to walking into a room filled with countless mirrors, yet none of them reflect your true, authentic image, only fragmented distortions of what others desire you to be. You stretch yourself thin, twisting, turning, and bending, desperately trying to contort yourself into a mold that was never authentically designed for you. And for what? For a handful of fleeting likes, a few empty compliments, a few shallow words that will evaporate the moment you cease to provide what people demand. You must grasp this fundamental reality. People are fickle. Today, they might adore you. Tomorrow, they forget you. One moment, you're their cherished hero. The next, you're the villain in their ever-changing narrative. And the most egregious part is that their opinions of you fluctuate wildly based on their mood, their personal circumstances, their level of hidden jealousy, and their own unresolved struggles. Yet, here you are, tragically making pivotal life decisions based on such unstable foundations. There's a specific reason why some individuals will never applaud your efforts. It's not because you aren't doing great things, it's because your undeniable growth starkly reminds them of their own stagnation. Your progress illuminates their lack of effort. Your emerging confidence amplifies their deep-seated insecurities. So cease the futile expectation that they will cheer for you when your profound triumph feels, to them, like a personal loss. Observe the dynamics of social media. How many times have you poured your heart into a post, genuinely hoping for support, only to see people scroll past, rendering you invisible? How many times have you witnessed strangers enthusiastically supporting other strangers, while your so-called friends couldn't even summon the energy to click a like button? And here's the insidious paradox. The very people who publicly ignore you will secretly meticulously watch every move you make. They're silently monitoring your stories, dissecting your captions, following your growth from the shadows, but too proud, too resentful, or too insecure to ever openly acknowledge it. Stop begging for validation from individuals who don't even possess the self-awareness to validate themselves. Stop shrinking your magnificent presence to make others feel comfortable in their own mediocrity. Stop toning down your brilliant light merely because others are too afraid to shine their own. If you persist in living solely for applause, you will, without a doubt, die from profound neglect. If you continue waiting for external approval, you will irrevocably miss your grand destiny. You possess an innate calling that requires no audience. You harbor a magnificent dream that demands no permission from external sources. You have a future waiting that will not pause its relentless march for others to emotionally catch up. Some people will never clap, and that is profoundly okay. Some people will never offer a simple thank you, and that too is okay. Some individuals will perpetually question your creativity, relentlessly criticize you, and perpetually doubt your capabilities. But that, emphatically, is their burden, not yours. You do not require a committee to believe in your own inherent worth. You do not need a devoted fan club to courageously chase your ambitious goals. The only true, lasting validation originates from within. It stems from waking up each day and consciously choosing to keep going, choosing to relentlessly improve, choosing to bravely show up even when no one else is watching. Remember the countless times you applauded others, even when no one applauded you. Remember the moments you celebrated others' triumphs while silently concealing your own tears. Remember the times you poured out boundless love while silently starving for it yourself. Your inherent value was never, could never be, attached to other people's fleeting recognition. You were inherently worthy when they ignored you. You were inherently valuable when they doubted you. You were profoundly enough before anyone else ever said you were. It is time, unequivocally, to reclaim your inherent self-worth. It is time to cease endlessly explaining yourself. It is time to stop waiting for others to tell you what you already know, deep within your soul. You are undeniably capable. You are uniquely chosen. You are magnificently destined for more. Your personal growth is not subject to public opinion. Your profound greatness is not up for a democratic vote. Let them watch. Let them doubt. Let them gossip. Let them ignore. You simply keep building. Time, in itself, does not guarantee loyalty, and this perhaps is one of the most agonizing lessons life will ever impart. You can share years, even decades with someone, and yet they can, in a crushing instant, turn on you as if you were never a significant part of their narrative. People frequently conflate the mere passage of time with the profound depth of trust. They confuse shared history with unwavering loyalty. But the undeniable truth is that time only quantifies how long someone has been physically present in your life. It offers no true measure of how deeply they genuinely care, how consistently they show up, or how faithfully they stand by you. Reflect on it. How many individuals have you kept close in your orbit solely because you've known them for an extended period? Not because they consistently add genuine value to your life, not because they've proven their mettle when it truly mattered, but because you felt an inherent obligation due to shared memories, due to moments that felt real at the time. But when the true test arrives, their true colors are often revealed in stark, undeniable clarity. It's like nurturing a houseplant for years, watering it daily with love and care, only to discover that its roots withered and died long, long ago. You cling to it, believing that with enough time, enough effort, it will magically bloom again. But sometimes, what is dead simply remains dead. Loyalty isn't built on the mere number of years you've known someone. It is meticulously constructed on a foundation of unwavering consistency, impeccable integrity, decisive action, and a genuine, selfless heart. It is profoundly demonstrated by how someone stands steadfastly by you when you're at your absolute lowest, not just when you're soaring at your highest. Loyalty manifests when the world turns its back on you, when your financial well runs dry, when your reputation is unjustly under fire, when you genuinely have nothing left to offer but your raw, exposed self. Have you ever observed how certain individuals vanish the moment your life becomes inherently messy? When you're in a hospital bed, facing legal turmoil, battling debilitating depression, suddenly, those who vehemently claim to love you become eerily silent. No calls, no messages, no visits. The very same people who once filled your days with laughter, partied alongside you, and shared your table are nowhere to be found. It is in those raw, unfiltered moments that you realize the calendar does not forge loyalty, character alone does. Look back. How many times have you rationalized someone's betrayal, their deafening silence, their stark selfishness, solely because you shared a history? But history cannot heal wounds. History will not sit with you when you're weeping inconsolably. History will not fiercely defend your name when others are unjustly dragging it through the mud. Loyalty does. And let's be unflinchingly real. Some people were only truly present during your good seasons because it was effortless. It was convenient. You were enjoyable to be around. You possessed resources. You wielded influence. But the instant you became a genuine burden, the very moment you truly needed tangible help, they vanished without a trace. Time never altered that fundamental truth. It merely delayed your painful realization of it. You likely have individuals in your circle right now who wouldn't lift a single finger if you were truly in distress. Yet, because you've known them for years, you continue to label them friend. You still extend invitations to your most joyous celebrations. You still share your deepest wins and most crushing losses with them. But deep within your core, you know with absolute certainty, they would never ever reciprocate the same. The truth is, you don't necessarily need a 20-year friendship. What you truly need is a genuine 2-month connection with someone who embodies integrity, someone who consistently shows up when it undeniably matters, someone who speaks life and encouragement into your spirit, supports you unconditionally, corrects you with profound love, and remains steadfastly consistent through both your soaring highs and your crushing lows. Time creates ephemeral memories, but unwavering loyalty creates an enduring legacy. Do not, under any circumstances, confuse the two. Just because you've shared laughter, exchanged intimate secrets, or stood by someone's side for years, does not guarantee they will do the same for you when the tables inevitably turn. People change, hearts shift, motives evolve, and sometimes, the very people you trust the most profoundly become the ones who hurt you the deepest. Not because you committed some egregious wrong, but because they were never genuinely loyal to begin with, they were merely present. Stop measuring people by their longevity in your life, and begin, instead, to measure them by how they unequivocally treat you when circumstances are challenging, when darkness engulfs you, when you have nothing left to offer but your raw, unfiltered truth. Because loyalty is not about time served, it is about love, undeniably proven. Walking alone, paradoxically, is infinitely superior to walking with the insidious illusion of fake support. And let me tell you precisely why. Nothing damages your spirit more profoundly than the exhausting pretense that you are enveloped by love, when, deep within your core, you know it's an elaborate lie. You wake up daily performing the role of someone who is part of a team, part of a close-knit circle, part of something deeply meaningful. But internally, you wrestle with a gnawing emptiness, the hollow echo of fake smiles and empty words. People will stand next to you, eagerly take pictures with you, and laugh boisterously alongside you. But when genuine pressure mounts, when life delivers its crushing blows, when you're figuratively drowning, they are nowhere to be found. It's like standing in the heart of a roaring crowd, but feeling utterly invisible. You share something deeply meaningful, hoping for a genuine outpouring of support, silence. You bravely articulate your pain, hoping for comfort and empathy, silence. But the instant you taste success, the moment you begin to shine brightly, the moment you start winning, suddenly, they emerge from the shadows, commenting, calling, showing up. Not because they genuinely care, but because they desperately crave association with your burgeoning success. They desire the photo. They covet the tag. They want the story of how they knew you before you became something. But where were they when you were desperately praying for a breakthrough? Where were they when you possessed nothing but tears and unwavering faith holding your fractured spirit together? Where were they when you were silently battling anxiety, depression, and rejection, all alone in the confines of your own room? Fake support is, unequivocally, worse than no support at all because it cruelly plays with your mind. It instills self-doubt. It makes you question your own inherent worth. It creates the dangerous illusion of being surrounded when, in stark reality, you are profoundly alone. Sometimes, the most grievous betrayal isn't those who explicitly leave. It's the insidious presence of those who stay, but never truly show up. They applaud you in public, but mercilessly criticize you in private. They sit at your table, but maliciously gossip behind your back. They embrace you, but secretly harbor hopes for your downfall. And the longer you allow such toxic presences to linger in your proximity, the more profoundly detrimental it becomes to your irreplaceable soul. You must internalize this truth. Walking alone, though initially daunting, can feel liberatingly peaceful. It is, above all, pure and real. When you walk alone, every single step you take, every victory you achieve, every battle you win, is undeniably a testament to your strength, your resilience, your relentless grind. There's no confusion, no mixed signals, no insidious fake energy draining your life force. Think about it. How many dreams have you needlessly delayed? How many ambitious goals have you tragically postponed? How many incredible opportunities have you walked away from? All because you were passively waiting for support from people who were never genuinely with you. How many times have you shrunk your magnificent vision simply to keep others comfortably ensconced in their mediocrity? How many times have you remained silently compliant just to avoid conflict with individuals who didn't even deserve an ounce of your loyalty? Sometimes, elevation demands isolation. Sometimes, reaching the next profound level in your life necessitates walking that challenging road entirely by yourself, with no one cheering, no one applauding, no one validating your journey. Just your unwavering faith, your crystalline vision, and your unrelenting grind. People will inevitably call you crazy. They'll accuse you of changing. They'll label you as distant, selfish, or cold. But what they will conveniently omit is how they never showed up when you needed them most. What they won't admit is how they took your unwavering loyalty for granted, how they relentlessly drained your energy, how they applauded you superficially but harbored profound doubt behind closed doors. So here is the unvarnished truth. Walking alone is not a punishment. It is, profoundly, protection. It is life offering you a sacred chance to clear your spiritual space, to detoxify your inner circle, to painstakingly rebuild your foundation with individuals who genuinely love you for who you are, Not for what you give, not for what you provide, not for your radiant shine, but for your intrinsic heart and soul. You don't need fake friends. You don't need empty compliments. You don't need superficial love. What you desperately need is peace. What you crave is clarity. What you yearn for is authenticity. And if achieving those things means walking a solitary path, taking solo steps, and sitting in profound silence while you meticulously rebuild, then so be it. Because genuine transformative growth often commences precisely when the distracting noise of fake support finally mercifully fades away. Self-trust is your one true lifelong friend. And until you fully comprehend and embrace that foundational principle, life will continue to cycle you through recurring patterns of profound disappointment and heartbreak. Every time you lean too heavily on external validation, every time you depend on others to applaud your efforts, every time you wait for someone else to validate your next crucial move, you are effectively handing over the precious keys to your own destiny. You are placing your happiness, your growth, and your potential for the next level squarely into the hands of individuals who are often just as lost, confused, and broken as you are. People who are consumed by their own battles, chasing their own dreams, and wrestling with their own profound insecurities. Yet, here you remain, frozen in pause, awaiting their approval, their green light, their permission to tell you that it's your time. You must awaken to the stark reality that no one is coming to save you. No one is going to grasp your hand and gently lead you into your divine purpose. No one is going to shake you awake at 5 a.m. and sternly tell you to grind harder. No one is going to sit you down and declare, "It's time to cease making excuses and relentlessly pursue everything you deserve." That vital voice, that unwavering directive, must originate from within you. Self-trust is forged in the crucible of challenge, when you consciously choose to do the hard things. It is built when you make pivotal decisions without the need for a committee, when you boldly bet on yourself even when the odds are overwhelmingly stacked against you. Think about the countless times you doubted yourself yet still showed up. Think about the terrifying moments when fear gripped your chest, yet you still took the shot. Think about the long dark nights when you wept, questioned everything, and yearned to quit, yet you miraculously kept going. That wasn't luck. That wasn't accidental. That was you tapping into the quiet, formidable power of self-trust. Stop passively waiting for confirmation from people who don't even genuinely believe in themselves. Stop expecting others to fully grasp your profound vision when it was never given to them. It was uniquely given to you for a powerful reason. Your dream, your calling, your divine assignment, it is intensely personal. And sometimes, the very people closest to you will doubt you the most. Not because you lack capability, but because they are too intimately familiar with your past to truly believe in your future. They witnessed you in moments of weakness. They saw you when you stumbled. They observed your mistakes. And now, tragically, they cannot fully perceive the magnificent version of you that is powerfully rising. But you must see it. You must believe it. You must become your own loudest cheerleader, your own most effective coach, your own unwavering motivator, because when you cultivate an unshakable trust in yourself, it fundamentally transforms everything. You cease second-guessing your every decision. You stop overthinking every single move. You stop passively waiting for the perfect time, the perfect circumstances, the perfect support system. You realize, with liberating clarity, that the only constant you truly need is the unwavering belief that no matter what challenges arise, you will figure it out. Even if you fall, you will rise again. Even if you lose, you will learn invaluable lessons. Even if you face rejection, you will simply redirect your course. It means you trust yourself enough to continuously try, to courageously grow, to relentlessly evolve, and to never ever give up on the magnificent being that is you. You've spent enough time doubting, enough time shrinking, enough time passively asking for permission to be great. Now, unequivocally, it's time to trust that inner voice that has been ceaselessly screaming for you to move, to build, to create, to shatter limits, and to boldly write your own legendary story. Because at the end of the day, when the applause inevitably fades, when the room empties, when the phone ceases to ring, the only voice that truly, eternally matters is yours. And now, as you sit with everything you've absorbed, with every truth that has been poured into your consciousness, you stand at a pivotal decision point. This is the ultimate turning point. The defining moment where you either persist in living for people who fundamentally don't care, continue begging for support from those who lack loyalty, and keep shrinking your inherent greatness to fit into small, suffocating conversations, or you choose to bravely rise up and become everything you were magnificently created to be. This is not merely another speech. This is a line in the sand, a profound wake-up call. Because life, in its relentless forward motion, does not wait for those who hesitate. It profoundly rewards those who move, those who trust, those who believe. Even when the crowd falls completely silent, remember this: people will doubt you, people will misunderstand you, people will leave you, but you must never ever leave yourself. When you awaken tomorrow, the external world might still appear unchanged. The fake friends might still offer their hollow smiles. The critics will still whisper their judgments, but you will not be the same, because from this day forward, you know the indelible truth. You are finished living for fleeting applause. You are done chasing ephemeral validation. You are done watering dead plants in the futile hope they will miraculously bloom again. You are not here to be merely liked. You are here to be legendary. The greatest moments in human history, the most monumental shifts, the most powerful breakthroughs, they were often birthed in profound isolation. While others were partying, someone was relentlessly grinding. While others were sleeping, someone was meticulously building. While others scoffed at your small, humble beginnings, someone was quietly, powerfully preparing for a massive, undeniable comeback. And that someone can, unequivocally, be you. Because the truth is, the very struggle you are navigating today is precisely developing the profound strength you will undeniably need for tomorrow's triumphs. Never forget the timeless wisdom of Nelson Mandela. It always seems impossible until it's done. And right now, it may indeed feel impossible. Right now, you may feel utterly tired, deeply broken, profoundly misunderstood. But that, precisely, is how every true champion feels right before they seize their victory. When you feel the overwhelming urge to quit, that, precisely, is when you must push even harder. When you feel like no one on earth believes in you, that precisely is when you must believe in yourself with even greater ferocity. Muhammad Ali, the greatest, once declared, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." Let that profound truth permeate your being. The pain you are experiencing is temporary. The loneliness you are feeling is temporary. The doubt, the fear, the rejection, all temporary. But the gnawing regret of giving up, that, my friend, lasts forever. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for others to believe in your vision. Stop waiting for your emotions to perfectly align. Start now. Start scared. Start small. Start with tears streaming down your face if you must. But start. You don't need a cheerleader. You don't need a crowd. You need courage. Courage to take that crucial first step. Courage to relentlessly keep going when every fiber of your being screams to stop. Courage to bravely face the day when everything within you yearns to hide. And if you ever, for a moment, forget why you started, if you ever feel the insidious pull of giving up again, remember this: you were not born to be ordinary. You were not built for average. Deep inside you, there burns an unquenchable fire, a relentless hunger, a destiny so vast, so profound, that it is simply too magnificent to die inside the suffocating comfort zone. As Les Brown famously asserted, you gotta be hungry. Hungry for radical change. Hungry for undeniable success. Hungry for the life you were meant to live, on your own terms.